Hello traders! Welcome to today's video, where we dive into one of the most powerful order flow tools for NinjaTrader 8, the Iceberg indicator. If you want to detect hidden institutional orders in the market, this tool is a game changer. What is the Iceberg indicator? The Iceberg indicator identifies iceberg orders by comparing visible DOM volume to executed volume. When a hidden order is detected, the indicator marks the event with a circular gradient and a clear label, making it easy to spot institutional activity. Diving into the indicator settings now, let's take a closer look at the parameters of the Iceberg indicator. One of the key features of this tool is its dynamic visibility. Certain settings will only appear when relevant options are enabled. For example, if you disable Ask Iceberg, all related settings will be hidden. The same applies to Bid Iceberg and Draw Iceberg Info. This ensures a cleaner and more intuitive user experience. General Properties Filter Volume sets the minimum volume required for an iceberg event to be drawn. This helps filter out smaller orders and focus on significant institutional activity. History Period Days specifies the number of days for which iceberg history is stored. This data is saved in files for later analysis. To optimize performance and save resources, any accumulated data beyond the set number of days is automatically deleted. Ask Iceberg. If enabled, the indicator will detect and draw ask side iceberg orders. Bid Iceberg. If enabled, the indicator will detect and draw bid side iceberg orders. Draw Iceberg Info. When enabled, additional details about the iceberg event are displayed. If disabled, only the visual circles will be drawn. Draw Only Volume Iceberg. When enabled, only the iceberg volume circle is drawn, without additional labels or info. Style Properties Ask Fill Color defines the inner color of the Ask Iceberg circle. Ask Outline Color sets the outer color of the Ask Iceberg circle. Bid Fill Color defines the inner color of the Bid Iceberg circle. Bid Outline Color sets the outer color of the Bid Iceberg circle. Circle Opacity adjusts the transparency of the iceberg circles for better visibility. Label Font configures the font family, size, and style of iceberg labels. Label Text Color sets the font color for iceberg labels. Min Circle Radius defines the minimum radius of the iceberg circles in pixels. Max Circle Radius defines the maximum radius of the iceberg circles in pixels. Plots and Strategy Integration. The Iceberg indicator also provides a trend data series through its plots function. This allows traders to use the indicator for automated strategies in various ways. Strategy Builder easily integrate iceberg detection into a rule-based strategy without coding. Bloodhound use the indicator's trend signals within an advanced signal building environment. Manual Coding. If you're developing a custom NinjaScript strategy, you can access the indicator's plot values for precise trade logic. The plot settings also allow customization of colors and other visual parameters for plotted data, giving you full control over how the indicator integrates into your trading workflow. Now, let's see these settings in action and explore how they affect the iceberg indicator's behavior in live market conditions. Since this indicator has already been running for some time, we have historical iceberg order data available. This allows me to load past iceberg events and display them immediately. However, on the first launch, the iceberg detector will start working in real time, detecting new iceberg orders and gradually accumulating this data into the database for future reference. Notice the different sizes of the iceberg detectors and the clear color separation between icebergs on the ask side and the bid side. This visual distinction makes it easier to identify where hidden institutional orders are accumulating. Since we have chosen to display only volume information, each iceberg marker represents a hidden volume that was not visible in the order book. This means that beneath each detected iceberg, there was additional liquidity being executed without appearing in the DOM, revealing the true market depth. I opened the display box to check how our trend data series signals each time an iceberg is detected. This data series provides a simple numerical signal. 1 indicates a potential bullish movement. -1 indicates a potential bearish movement. It's important to explain how this value is determined. The final decision in setting the signal to 1 or -1 depends on the total iceberg volume. If there was more hidden volume on the ask side than on the bid side, the value of the data series within that bar will be -1, signaling that sellers were placing hidden limit sell orders. The exact opposite is true for a bullish signal. If the hidden volume was greater on the bid side, the value will be 1, indicating that buyers were placing hidden limit buy orders. Let's find an example of a bar where multiple iceberg orders were detected. Take a look at this bar. On the ask side, there were 52 hidden contracts placed as limit sell orders. On the bid side, there were 15 hidden contracts placed as limit buy orders. Since the hidden sell volume was greater than the hidden buy volume, the trend value for this bar is set to -1. This indicates bearish pressure, as more hidden liquidity was being used for selling rather than buying. Here's a very interesting situation. We see multiple iceberg orders on both the bid and ask sides within the same bar, yet the trend value remains at 0. This clearly indicates that buying and selling pressures are balanced, either side dominates. Since the hidden volumes are nearly equal, we cannot determine a clear directional bias. Let's verify this by disabling each side separately to count the exact number of hidden contracts on both the bid and ask sides. This will allow us to confirm whether the forces are truly equal, or if there's a slight imbalance. Now, let's analyze the hidden volume on each side. On the bid side, we have 88 hidden contracts. Now, let's switch to the ask side and count the hidden contracts. As you can see, the ask side also has 88 hidden contracts. This confirms our assumption that buying and selling forces are equal. Since the difference between hidden buy and sell volume is 88 minus 88 is equal to 0, our trend value remains 0. This means there is no clear dominance of either side, and the market is in balance at this moment. By toggling the visibility of each side, we can analyze the bid and ask sides separately or focus on just one of them. If we choose to display only the bid side, the trend signal will be based solely on the hidden buy orders. If we display only the ask side, the trend signal will reflect only the hidden sell orders. This flexibility allows traders to isolate specific market behaviors and gain a more detailed understanding of hidden liquidity dynamics. Now, I will disable the Draw Only Volume Iceberg option, and we will see additional details alongside the iceberg volume. With this setting turned off, the indicator will also display the price level where the iceberg order was detected, a label indicating whether the iceberg appeared on the bid or ask side. The hidden volume as before, but now with more context. This provides a clearer and more detailed view of iceberg orders, helping traders better understand where hidden liquidity is accumulating. We also have the option to completely disable the iceberg info label and leave only the iceberg markers on the chart. If the additional information is distracting or clutters the analysis, turning off Draw Iceberg Info will remove the text labels while keeping the visual markers. This allows for a cleaner chart while still highlighting hidden liquidity zones. This setting is useful for traders who prefer a minimalist view while still tracking iceberg activity. Now, let's try changing the colors of the inner fill of the iceberg markers and see the result. These markers are designed with a gradient fill, making them more pronounced in the center and giving them a three-dimensional appearance. This visual effect helps to naturally draw attention to iceberg events. You can fully customize these colors to match your preference, making it easier to integrate them into your overall chart setup. Let's adjust the settings and observe the changes. With With the opacity setting, you can adjust the transparency of Iceberg markers from 0 to 100. 0% opacity makes the marker completely invisible. 100% opacity makes it fully solid and opaque. The default setting is 50%, providing a balanced visibility without overpowering other chart elements. This allows you to customize the Iceberg markers to match your preferred chart style, whether you want a subtle background effect or highly visible markers. The radius setting allows you to adjust the size of Iceberg markers to match your chart and personal preference. You can set a minimum radius for the smallest markers. You can define a maximum radius for larger Iceberg events. This provides flexibility to scale the markers according to your needs, ensuring they remain visible without overwhelming your chart. By fine-tuning the radius settings, you can make Iceberg markers more noticeable or more subtle, depending on what works best for your trading style. You can also customize the font style of Iceberg labels to improve readability and match your chart aesthetics. You can choose different font families, sizes, and styles. For better emphasis, you can make the text bold. If you prefer a more dynamic look, you can apply italic styling. I have set the font to bold and italic for demonstrate you. That wraps up our deep dive into the Iceberg indicator. We've covered all the key settings and features, showing how you can customize it to fit your trading needs. If you have any questions or feedback, feel free to leave a comment below. I'll be happy to help. The Iceberg indicator comes with a 7-day free trial, so you can test it out before committing. If you find it useful, you can continue using it for $99.90 per month. You can find more details and get access via the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and happy trading!